Hey folks, congrats. You're officially done with all of your summative work for online AP Stats. We do have a tiny bit of learning left. We just have to learn section 12.1 to complete the book. I will tell you on section 12.1, it is doing the tests and the intervals using linear regression. I have not seen section 12.1 show up on any free responses in the past, but I have seen maybe one or two multiple choice questions show up. So I do want us to cover that content. They have kind of phased out section 12.2 and really don't test on that anymore. So we are not going to address it, and you can just ignore that component within the packet. If we take a look at the calendar, I do want to talk about this. Keep in mind, second semester is unique in how it's scored. It is an 80-20 split. It's 80% of your grade comes from third quarter and 20% comes from fourth quarter. All of the work for fourth quarter is formative. And the majority of that work is going to be the 18-day review. So that really thick packet I gave you, I like it. If it's not your style, you do not have to use it. It's kind of a one-stop shop of all the stuff that we've learned and all of the highlights that we've learned in one area. So hopefully you like it. But again, if you don't use it, that's fine. If you take a look at the calendar, you're going to see these various assignments, day 1 all the way through day 18. These are graded based on completion. I do not grade them on the accuracy level of it. We're going to go through the entire chapter and do some quick highlights and reviews of both free response and multiple choice on various days. So the first real thing we want to do, though, is wrap up Chapter 12. So Section 12.1 does have a deadline of this Thursday by 3 p.m. So please get that done, and we'll have our learning done. What I want you to notice for this week, because it's actually kind of a fairly big day 1 and day 2 assignment. And if you take a look at it, so day 1 says you're going to take the diagnostic exam for the multiple choice. What it is I'm going to have you, I gave you the actual 2014 AP exam that was administered. I want to have you take that in a 90-minute interval on your own time. And don't use your notes. I just want you to see what you know. So get out your formula sheet and go into this assessment and take the assessment on that. Don't exceed 90 minutes and see how well you do on that. And then on Friday, the pacing is let's try the free response. Again, this would be a 90-minute section to do 6 free responses. So you probably aren't going to have time within the actual class school day to have a 90-minute block unless you do. So if it works out for you to do that multiple choice on Thursday, that actually could be pretty nice to do since we will be on a win day and you might have a 90-minute block. But again, really try to just sit down and do all the questions in the 90-minute time. Don't space it out because I want you to get the vibe of the real exam is going to feel like. Most people are going to do this day 1 and day 2 work probably over the weekend. Now, that does have a deadline. You're going to notice right here on the 15th, you have the deadline for day 1, 2, and 3. Day 1 is the multiple choice. Day 2 is the free response. Day 3 is I want you to analyze your results and kind of see what do I know and what don't I know. And the whole point of this is to help you prep and try to figure out where do I need to put my energies. We had 4 topics in this book. So we started out, topic 1 was dealing with statistics and data. Topic 2 was analyzing studies. Topic 3 was probability, and then topic 4 is our inference tests in terms of the test and confidence intervals. You probably are going to feel stronger in some of the topics versus the others. So keep that in mind. We do really have 2 deadlines then this Thursday for section 12.1. And then next Tuesday by 3 p.m., you have to have basically, a 3-hour assessment kind of completed and analyzed by that. If I go into the folder, I do want to introduce you to kind of our 18-day review folder. Again, your test is going to be 40 multiple choice questions in 90 minutes and 6 free responses in 90 minutes. The free responses, how they're structured, by the way, is in that 90-minute time period, they would recommend to spend about 10 to 15 minutes on questions 1 through 5. And by the way, you don't have to technically do them in order. I'm not sure now if it's going to be on the computer. You might have to do them in order. I'm not sure if they're going to allow you to bounce around between those. But 10 to 15 minutes for questions 1 through 5. Question 6 is actually worth double the points. And question 6 is going to be a little bit longer question. They expect you to spend a little bit more time on that one, probably around 20 minutes or so. And what they tend to do is it tends to be either like a 3-part or 4-part question, where this question 6 will start out with something that we've learned. but then they're going to transfer it into something that you've never seen before. And they're doing this on purpose because they want to see how you handle it. I have no idea what the topic's going to be about. So it's really just trying to use what you've learned throughout the year and apply it. And they are, again, curious to see how you handle that. If we go, though, into the folder, just a quick, brief overview, what you're going to see. If you want to, here's some tips you can take a look at. But this resource folder does have our 18-day review, big, huge packet that I gave you. It has the formula sheet, and it has the sample booklet too, what the blue book is going to look like for you. I also have some flashcards that I found. If you find these to be interesting, you can do that. And I have, these are electronic flashcards. I actually have review flashcards of vocab. If you would like those printed out on cardstock, just let me know. How you're going to start this is when you go into the folder. Basically, I do want you, before you start your assessment for that Thursday for day 1, just watch this video and I kind of talk about that. But here's day 1 through day 3, and here we talk about the deadline for that. If you click into the folder, it's going to be pretty clear what to do. This test is not actually in your packet, so you're going to have to take it online, and the timer is set at 90 minutes. So give yourself a nice solid block of 90 minutes. The free response assessment from the 2014 exam, those free response questions are in your packet. Try those in the packet, and then I'm actually going to have you go through and actually correct those on your own and then analyze your results. That is really what the first part of this is about, and that's all I really want to talk about for now. So again, as we go back to the calendar and we take a look at this week, 12-1, get it done. You decide about this 2014 test, how you're going to best do that. Are you going to do it over the weekend? But that does need to be completed by Tuesday. Let me know if there's any questions you have. I will talk more about the other days, 4 to 18, next week when we start diving into the actual specific topics for review. Please give your energy to this review. It's incredibly important. If you don't put the time into the review, you probably will not be very successful on this exam, is what I've seen in the past. If you put the time into the review, I think you're going to see some success and be pleased with your results. So congrats on wrapping up your official learning, and please let me know how I can help you out. Have a great week. Bye-bye.